ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Let's go.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Cousins. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Cousins on target to Diggs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Just a yard. The pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
And that'll set him back 5.
Oh, no chance.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about we wanted to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
55, Mike, 55. Too little, cut. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Got some room at the 30. Got him in. It's Brown. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. Jackson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 44, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, and even 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll run for it with Cook, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They get it to him running left. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. This will be caught by Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Flushed out right. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, D.
Let go. Watch it. Ready, go.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Jackson from the shotgun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Escaping the pressure, and the pressure gets to him again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 41. That late in the clock, second quarter. Right. Just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room.
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a game of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings' 8-yard line.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Daniil Hunter, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? What if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit?
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's what
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 50 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They continue to look really sharp, Charles, in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've been jet-propelled here because they've ended up finding the end zone twice, including what we just saw there. Almost like they grabbed the hammer and fashioned a thunderbolt on that play.
And making that halftime tie a distant memory right now. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Slam.
Ingram again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Rolling to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And he's got it. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and to everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They come out here in the eye. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jackson. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to rep.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. The people call it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially the second interception. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. from 10 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
He was brought down by Patrick Unwasser.
Throwing here, Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know what makes Pots and Dave When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got. Yes, man. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you as hard as you can go? Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharp.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Jackson, buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. They run. It's Mark Ingram. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On second down, Ingram. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock. You control...
And he will score! Touchdown, Baltimore! Taking it in from 11 yards one's out, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Hey, man. Watch the score.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson. Being chased out left. He's got the first down inside the 10. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson forced out to touchdown, Ravens. Well, he told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd and long for Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Throwing is Cousins, and he's able to find Diggs. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores up. It's a foot race. 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 75 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. It's Ingram. Into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 60 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check tight end, check tight.
Play action now. Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. This one complete to Ingram. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the curl.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done. Still a great return and very good field position.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins now. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 to go till halftime. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check, 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 check. 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama. Hurry, hurry.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Throwing is Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, taking a step back for a second, let's look at the undefeated teams still left in the NFL. We got New England, KC, they're 4-0, and then San Fran, they were open last week. They didn't have a game, so they're still at 3-0. We only have 3 teams left.
And they had the easiest path, not just because they had the open week, but how about New England getting challenged by Buffalo? Yes, they were on the road, but you don't often think of Buffalo as a team to really press New England. They did. And Kansas City, they got a heck of a test in Detroit. Had to score with 20 seconds left on the clock to win that game. So both of them remained undefeated, but not without struggles.
That's the interesting thing about Buffalo. I think we learned more about them in their one loss this year than we have in their 3 victories.
I think we would say the same thing about Kansas City because of how they got pressed, but we'd also say the same thing about Detroit, how they played Kansas City in that game.
To throw is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. A first down throw for Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On play action, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again. He's got it, hit the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Short.
From the 36, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Right there, 54, right there.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Jackson now. He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 26. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Wide, get wide.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Ingram. And he taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Here we go. Double time. Hey, run it.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.